What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today we're getting into some r/ChoosingBeggars, the place where you can get your absolute fill of Choosing Beggar stories. So without further ado, sit back, relax, grab a beer, whatever you need. It's Friday, my dudes, and let's get right into it. Runescape Choosing Beggars, posted by user Costa7785. Between 2004 and 2007, I played RuneScape constantly. I was having some health problems and so spent a lot of time at home in bed, so I had a lot of time to play. This was before they made the rules about trading to stop sale of gold for real money, so you could trade unlimited items. I was a smith, which was one of the hardest skills to train to, and I was one of the highest levels there were. I also had high bow making and other weapons. So, to be nice, sometimes I'd run down Lumbridge, which was the place where all the people spawned when they were started the game, or Varrock, which was the nearest town, and find the low-level people. I'd make these little care packages that didn't cost me much. I'd make some mid-level mithril armor, weapons, a bow, and some arrows, and then throw in 10,000 gold or so. Most people were incredibly grateful and would just be shocked. It was nothing to me, as I had millions of gold in mind and made all the items myself. It took some time, but otherwise it was worth it to see how happy it made people. I also remembered how awesome it was when someone was nice to me early on, so I wanted to pay it forward. Still, there would always be those who would whine. "Oh, you can't make me some better armor? Can't you make me some maroon stuff?" It was always shocking to me as a teenager to see people act like that. At first I would just say, "Sorry, no," and then leave them. But after a while I started saying, "Okay, give me back what I gave you and I'll go make something better." Then I'd just take off. It was always amusing to see them following me around a bit and getting angry when I didn't. A little payback. Of course, later they changed it so you couldn't give away things worth more than 1,000 gold, which killed my charity program. But after reading this sub, I remembered this. It was surprisingly common. Like 10% of the people would end up being choosing beggars. I never really got into these games when I was younger. I played The Sims, but I was mostly like playing console games that only really needed one person. Like I would play the story mode of everything, because I'm a hermit and I don't like people. So, but yeah, I'm glad I didn't after reading this story, because I'm the type of person that if I did have a little bit extra, I'd probably want to do something like that and then get really mad when I encountered the choosing beggar. So we could just read about it here and we're good. Woosah, my dudes. Choosing Beggar asks me to voice act in a project for free. Posted by user Corgina Booty. Hi everyone. So, a little understanding to this. Casting Call Club is a website where voice actors, directors, singers, and others can create projects or audition for projects and be able to get their ideas and talents off the ground. Usually, there is not a lot of paid projects on the website, but they aren't rare. Some people only do the paid projects, which in my case, that's all I've been doing since I'm in between jobs at the moment. I only audition for the paid ones, and I only accept projects that ask me to participate if they are able to compensate me monetarily. I don't mean to seem greedy, but I do need to pay bills, and for my hard work, I think that my prices are pretty low, seeing other more professional talents doing it for more. This person reached out to me only moments ago from me posting it, and I happened to be watching some Choosing Beggars stories on YouTube and instantly thought I should upload this weird interaction I had. For people who know Casting Call, they may see that the messages are flipped upside down. They are usually read from bottom to top, but I flipped them so that it can be easier for others to read. I also blurred out the name and project in case others who are affiliated with it don't get any negativity. Choosing Beggar and OP are the cast. So let's take a look at this screenshot here. Alright, so Choosing Beggar says, "Happy New Year! Hi, I'm a director in a big project coming up about blank, and I think your voice for blank would be a perfect match. Please message me back soon. I really can't wait to get started, and you're the last person I need for this project to succeed. Thanks! OP says, Hello, blank. Thank you so much for reaching out. Would there be a way I can review the project in more detail before I participate? Happy New Year to you as well. Choosing Beggar. Yes, here is the link to the project. www.castingcall.club blankety blankety blank. Please audition as soon as possible. My team should hear your voice. OP. Awesome. After looking it through, it doesn't seem to be a paid project. Right now I am in between jobs, so this is my full time for the moment, and I specifically state on my profile that I will only be accepting paid projects. My rates aren't very high as I'm trying to get as many roles in to build up a portfolio. I hope we can work something out. Choosing Beggar. Okay, but you auditioned for projects that are not paid before? OP. Yes, that's right, but these projects were things I wanted to be in originally. But for the past 2 months, I have only been keeping projects that can pay me. Choosing Beggar. What about the projects you got hired for that aren't paying you? Could you maybe take one exception? My series is going to go big on YouTube, and then we can pay you. OP. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can fit any more unpaid projects into my schedule right now. I'm not only a part of 15 plus unpaid projects, but also writing, directing, and voice acting in my own project that is getting off the ground right now. All the while I have bills to pay and a life to live. I can't give every project my 100% full attention. I would much rather you go with someone you are able to get for free and could also give it more attention. I'm sorry that I won't be able to help you. I hope you find what you're looking for. Choosing Beggar. Why do you need to be paid? What about having fun and helping your fellow casting call friends? You were my last hope in this and you've ruined your chances. I will no longer accept you for my series or any future series ever again. You're ridiculous. Have a good year, bitch. Wow. So that escalated quickly. Oh my god, like why did you wait to the last person? Stop putting things on other people that they have no control over. You fucking choosing beggar bitch. Oh my god. You guys, I hope you're having an amazing Friday. I just can't with these choosing beggars today. They're just blowing my mind. Alright, let's get into the next one. Choosing Beggars Orphanage, posted by user SD_SD__45. Posting from mobile, not a native English speaker, so sorry for my spellings. I just found this sub from a YouTube video. I am not mentioning the channel. Actually, I don't know if this qualifies as opposed to this sub. It is a group of choosing beggars. In my school, there was a charity program during Christmas where the students and staff were encouraged to donate a part of their Christmas expenditure to an orphanage which supported newborns to teens near the school. So I was really interested and wanted to help by doing as much as I could. So that year, I asked my parents and relatives not to buy me any presents and just asked them to donate that money to the account set up by the school. By Christmas time, we had got a nice amount as donations, and also many people who couldn't contribute financially donated used clothes and toys, etc. The program was a success, so on Christmas Eve, we went to the orphanage to give them the clothes and toys and check the money collected by the school. When we reached there, a nice old lady showed us around the orphanage and the farm, etc. I really felt sad for the infants that were abandoned by their parents there. So a couple owned the orphanage. It was started by their great-grandparents or something. They had inherited it. The couple happily took the check and the clothes from our principal and said thanks. This is the part that really angered me a few days later. I was browsing a local marketplace website and I saw an advertisement for the clothes and toys that we had gifted them for free. In that ad, they said that they were useless and wanted to be quickly removed. I felt so fudging angry that day. Oh my god. See, that's the shit that pisses me off. Clearly it's an orphanage that has infants all the way up to teenagers. How could they be useless? If they're if they're able to sell them for money, how are they useless? Really? Like, obviously, somebody in that orphanage could have used those clothes if they're good enough to sell to somebody else. No, you get what I'm saying? Oh, this is gross. They're just money hungry. That's all. I mean, maybe they're doing something good, but who knows? Who knows? I hope they are, but people will talk. I'm in a group on Facebook where people talk about their traumatic experiences through like foster care and other things like that. I wasn't adopted or anything like that. I wasn't in foster care, so don't get your crazy little minds going. But like in support of other people, some of my friends and stuff. But it's really sad what goes on in foster care and in facilities like that. You never really know what exactly is happening. So I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news if you weren't aware, but I'm sure you were. Just unfortunate. All right, let's get into the next story, and hopefully we'll have some laughs. Writing code takes effort and knowledge? Who'da thunk it? Posted by user VPureDropBear. In this one, unfortunately, I was the choosing beggar. A few years ago, I frequented a role-playing site where you can create your own mini webpage sort of thing for characters. A lot of them are cool as hell because there are a handful of people on the site who get commissions. I was young and dumb at the time, talking 15, 16, and was offered a code from someone in DMs. I'm choosing beggar, coder is AN. Story will be paraphrased because it's been a good 5 or so years. AN. Hey, I saw you were writing up code for your profile. If you'd like, you could commission me for it. Choosing beggar. That'd be awesome, thanks. Ensuing profile details requested. AN. Alright, that should be sorted in an hour or two. Will you still be around at the time? Choosing beggar. Yeah, I'll be on for a while. Thanks again. About an hour passes and I get a message from them again. AN. Alright, the code's all done. I usually take payment through PayPal, but can go through a couple of other services if that's not your jam. Choosing beggar. Oh, I didn't know you wanted payment for the code. This particular coder was uber amazing, and by whatever notion of empathy they had at the time, let me use the code anyway after enlarging their signature on it. Their conclusion was that they'd already put the work into the code, and getting some exposure out of a regular user on the site would be better than nothing. I was a dumb kid. Edit. AN did specifically use the word commission in their offer, heavily implying that they expected monetary compensation for their offered work. I also think that they are a new coder on the site and were DMing people without any profiles yet to gain a little attention on the site among the dozen or so other coders. 2 or 3 of which were nearly exclusively used because convenience. Yeah, I guess when you're younger, your vocabulary isn't quite as extensive as it is when you're an adult, and words like commission don't really hit home as to the actual meaning in your brain. So some people think commission, they just think that means a word for making something and don't realize that that means making something for payment and compensation. Oh, well, at least he learned from it. Guys, this is proof that a choosing beggar can learn from their mistakes. Holy shit. I don't want to pay a card fee. Just give me your cash. Posted by user not_musical. This guy does pay you back eventually, so if this isn't appropriate, please delete it. So I work in a pretty big metro hospital. This means that parking is a freaking nightmare for certain shifts. Any all-day spots are quickly taken, and free spots are zealously guarded. So if I'm on a shift where I have to drive, dropping the kids off, etc., the car, and can't take the bike or public transport, I end up parking in the massive, multi-story car park half a block from the hospital. Now, the guys that run the car park realize that the hospital is their all-day/night bread and butter, so they treat us pretty well as far as fees and availability go if you flash your hospital ID. This is because they can valet park your car. Read this as sandwich 100s of vehicles in the back for at least 8 to 12 hours before you come back looking for it, thereby maximizing their profitable space during the busy day period. and they know exactly when you're coming back for it. Now, parking for the whole day costs $13 for a hospital person if you pay cash, and $13.20 if you pay with card. Now, if you pay cash, you have to use a kiosk on ground level. If you pay card, you can just go straight to your car and pay at the exit. Takes like 2 seconds. I have this guy I work with, let's call him Mike, that cannot stand the 2% surcharge on card payments. Hey, that's fine and dandy, but he has to make it everyone else's problem. So one evening, I'm valet parked, so I have to go to the office and get my keys and ticket. Mike is there, and we head to the kiosk to pay. Mike only works the day and mid-morning shifts, 7 and 11 a.m. starts, so he is always in this parking garage. Somehow, even with his extreme hatred of surcharges, he cannot remember to bring cash. He begins his rant about surcharges equals the devil, or some shit like that, and I just offered to loan him the cash so we don't have to repeat this stupid cycle of his bitching to me while we catch an elevator up 10 levels to our cars. Cool. He shuts up, and in a couple days, he pays me back in coins. Yep, $13 in coins. This wouldn't be so bad, but this isn't an isolated incident. He has done this several times before, until one day I don't have enough cash for the two of us. Mike doesn't put on his big boy pants and accept that. No, he wants me to check in my backpack for more money because it jingles. So, there must be money in there. There is no money, so I get to witness a grown man who also has no cash try and berate me for also not having enough cash for him to borrow for his parking. He finishes his tantrum and stomps off to walk city block to an ATM that doesn't charge fees to get his own cash. I'm left thinking, what the fuck is wrong with this 50-year-old toddler? So I'm talking about Mike's choosing beggar ways to another couple of coworkers, and turns out that this is his thing. He never has cash on him because he drinks 3 large barista coffees a day and hasn't made the link between coffee and his lack of cash. The Good Coffee Place is a hipster cash-only establishment. Apparently, his wife packs him with $20 with his lunch and he blows it on coffee and can't pay for parking. Again, this is a seemingly functional 50-year-old that can't budget for his parking. Anyhow, seeing that our kindness was obviously hurting our work toddler in the long run, we all decided to bite the bullet and just use the pay at the exit option. We jump straight into the elevator and eat the 20-cent fee, and Mike is now left to tantrum alone in the front of the kiosk. His daily tantrums in front of innocent bystanders eventually draw the attention of security, who threaten to report his behavior to the hospital and revoke his parking privileges. In true choosing beggar fashion, this was not his fault. It was the surcharge ruining his life. He tries parking elsewhere for a couple of weeks until the combined parking fees and inconvenience forced him to swallow his pride and return. His wife now packs him $40, and he is up to 4 coffees a day, but he does have enough to park. Oh my god, this guy spends $40 a day on... Holy shit. And I thought spending $5 a day on coffee was bad. I mean, that's how much maybe $6 a day I spent on coffee, but $40 a day? Holy shit, my dude, you're gonna have some heart issues, I think. Oh. I went to high school with someone like this. They would always, I felt bad for them though, like, it was a little bit of a different situation. Their home life wasn't the greatest, but you know, like, your cafeteria would have French fries, and as you're a teenager, everybody wants French fries or nachos or something like that. And every time they would wait for me before lunch to follow me, just in hopes that I would offer to buy them some French fries. But at the time, like, even I couldn't really afford it, but I always shared my fries with them. But they always, like, it never failed. They'd be waiting for me. I hope things got better for them. I don't even remember that person's name because I wasn't at that school for very long. But yeah, I don't even remember their name. But I hope they're doing better now, definitely. All right, my dudes, and the last story of the day is called Choosing Beggar Demands Reason for Not Getting a Higher Grade for a Group Assignment He Put Zero Effort In. Posted by user Bellovirus. This happened a few years ago. I was working a full-time job 6 days a week when I decided to upgrade myself by taking a diploma in engineering. night classes, and I knew it was going to be tough and tiring. But the company I was working for was sponsoring it, so I thought I should go for it. First subject was engineering mathematics, and 20% of the final grade was a group assignment that we had to hand in midway through the term. So we had to put ourselves into a team of 4 to 5. I knew one of the classmates, we'll call him J, and he had a friend, we'll call him F, so naturally we got together. There's this other guy who was looking lost because no one had invited him to join their group. He's a shorter guy who kind of smelled, but I felt sorry for the guy because I know how it feels to be left out, so I actually went over and asked him if he would like to join our group. I actually thought he would be grateful, but he just nodded without even looking at me. Felt weird, but I brushed it off. Let's call him Choosing Beggar. So it becomes apparent that F and Choosing Beggar are terrible at math. Me and Jay have done add mathematics back in school, so we're okay. When it came to the assignment, we decided to split it 4 ways equally, but whenever we would catch up in class for the group assignment, F and Choosing Beggar would have nothing. F would show that he tried but couldn't solve any of the questions. He had all the workings, so he really did put in effort. Choosing Beggar, on the other hand, would have absolutely done nothing. When asked, he would just mutter, again without eye contact, "I don't know how to do." Thinking about the group and my final score at the end of the semester, I told him I would also do his part and he should check with me on any confusion, as most of the questions in the assignment, similar ones, would be in the final exam as well. So on top of working full-time, I had to double up on my homework. Just as a note, this assignment was pretty huge, like 100 questions with graphs and curves we had to sketch. J and F managed their part together. Choosing Beggar does fuck all. I grind through the next 3 months and managed to compile all our work together and submit it online. When the results are out, we got 86%, which is like 17% of our final grade. I think it's pretty good, everything considered. But Choosing Beggar feels differently. During our coffee break, he approaches the group. Choosing Beggar, not making eye contact. "Oi, we got 86%? Me, smiling. "Yup, that's not bad, eh?" Choosing Beggar. "Yeah, that other group got 95. Me. "Wow, good for them." Choosing Beggar, still not making eye contact. "Maybe I should have joined them instead of you guys." Me. Not smiling anymore. "Dude, 86% is not bad." Choosing Beggar. "Then why couldn't you get higher?" Me. "Well, I guess there were a few mistakes that we didn't catch." Choosing Beggar. "This is going to lower my final grade." Raising voice. "Why couldn't you get higher?" Me. Kinda pissed off now. "Why couldn't you do your part of the assignment then?" Choosing Beggar. Still no eye contact. "If I fail, it's gonna be your fault." Choosing Beggar walks away, and I'm still in disbelief. Jay pats me on the shoulder and shakes his head as if to say, "Don't bother." We make it through the semester, and I don't see Choosing Beggar in advanced engineering math, so I guess he flunked. In fact, I didn't see him on campus, so he could have dropped out. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my Choosing Beggar encounter. So, what? There's something off with this kid. Like, no eye contact whatsoever. How are you gonna threaten somebody and not make eye contact? Like, no, I'm not gonna be afraid of anybody who's threatening me and can't even look me in the eye while they do it. Like, you're nothing but a punk-ass little bitch. And fuck this dude. That's all I'm saying. Fuck this motherfucking Choosing Beggar. He's a piece of shit. Sorry for I got it like extreme trucker mouth syndrome today. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because I enjoy it. It's very cathartic and it makes me feel great. So deal with it. All right, my dudes, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another video just like this one. And as always, the links to these stories will be in the description. So head on over to Reddit and show those posters some love with some upvotes, my dudes. As always, Submit your stories, submit your photos, anything you guys want to see in a future video, just send it over my way. There's like 5,000 ways you guys can contact me in the description down below. And I always want to hear from you guys. Drop a comment below. Let me know which one was your favorite story. What would you do in these situations? How would you react? Let's hear from you guys. All right, my dudes, I hope you have a fan-fucking-tabulous weekend, and I will see you mofos on Monday. Keep that shit real, my dudes.